Hey BookTube, welcome back. I'm Winx, and the ink for today is a discussion about tools for digital reading. A couple months ago I got a request to talk about how I use audiobooks, and then more recently I got a request to talk about my e-reader. I happen to use all Amazon products for digital reading, and I found some added benefits to doing that. So I thought that if I just put all of these things together, it would make for a decent discussion video. I'm going to start by talking about e-readers, which of course in my case is a Kindle. And I actually have all of the Kindles that I've ever owned. I don't know why I can never bring myself to get rid of them, even though these two no longer even function. And you can tell they no longer function because they have perma sad face dead battery screen. It's very sad. So this was the first Kindle that I ever got, and it's the Kindle keyboard, which I believe is the third generation of Kindles. I got this around spring 2011, I think. I was in my last semester of college and I was doing job interviews and I was just getting my first job lined up. So I just decided to go ahead and give myself a little treat, and I got this lovely fellow. You can see the keyboard on the bottom here, and there's no touchscreen. You would navigate by using the little arrows around the square here, and there's a back key, home key. And yeah, you could make notes, and that was really nice. There was one feature that was added to this Kindle as an experimental feature, and it seems to have been abandoned after this version, which I was a little sad about because I actually used it, and that's that you could put MP3s on it and play them. There's no speakers, but there's a little headphone jack on the bottom. After a couple years and a lot of use, my Kindle keyboard started to act a little bit buggy, a little bit slow, but right around that time, Amazon announced the Kindle Paperwhite. So I decided to treat myself again, and I ordered a new one. This Kindle obviously has no keyboard, but it is a touchscreen, so you could highlight things and make notes still. You would tap on either side of the screen to go back and forth, tap at the top to bring up the menu. So yeah, I thought this one was also very nice. It's very slick looking, especially compared to the Kindle keyboard. But after another couple years, it also started to get a bit slow, but conveniently it started acting up about the time that I was getting my tax return back, and also when Amazon was bringing out the Kindle Voyage. So this is the Kindle that I currently use, and it is definitely my favorite by far. For this one, I got one of the magnetic covers that automatically turns it on and turns it off when you open and shut it, which is very nice. As you can see, it's backlit, and one feature that is really nice in this, if you can, yeah, you can see that. There's a slider here where you can adjust the brightness up or down. There's also a checkbox that you can mark to auto adjust brightness depending on the brightness of the room that you're in, which is a very nice feature. Another thing I love about the Kindle Voyage is that it took two things I love in both of the Kindles I had before and brought them together. So not only does it have a touchscreen where you can make notes and highlights and such, but the Kindle keyboard had buttons on both sides that would let you tap one to move forward and one to move backwards, so you didn't need both hands to navigate the book. The Kindle Paperwhite lost that feature and you would have to just tap either side to move back or forth, but the Kindle Voyage brought it back, and they aren't really buttons, but you can just see where there's a line and a dot. The dot takes you backwards, the line takes you forwards, and putting pressure on those spots will cause it to move. So same basic feature, one-handed navigation, which sounds a little bit over the top, like why do you need that? But who among us has not gotten in a really comfortable position? You got your hand tucked behind your head, and then all of a sudden you come to the end of the page and you have to move. It's sad. So sad. But not with this. On the home screen of my Kindle, I can click to go to the store, search Amazon, find a book I want, one click buy it, which is awesome but terrible and dangerous at the same time. Kindle also connects to Goodreads, which is super awesome. I can go update things once I'm done reading, move books around different shelves, rate them. You can also go through your shelves and with a click or two get a free sample, the first couple chapters of a book, or just buy the book itself and have it on your Kindle, which is awesome and again, dangerous. So yeah, I use my Kindle a lot. Most of my books are actually on Kindle. I probably have between 100 and 200 books in my Kindle library, but it's real convenient when it's this big and you have 200 books. Obviously, whenever a new Kindle comes out, I will be very tempted and most likely buy it eventually, but for the moment, I am a huge fan of the Kindle Voyage. Moving on to audiobooks. So I use Audible, which is an Amazon company. You log in with your Amazon username and password. Audible will pull information from your Amazon orders and wish lists to give you suggestions just like you would get on Amazon. But then you'll also have a Audible specific wish list to just keep track of the audiobooks that you want. One thing that I really enjoy about Audible is that, for one, you get your first book free. So you can sign up, get the book. It's that sort of first month free deal where you have to put in your payment information and you just have to remember to go and cancel it before the month is over, otherwise it'll immediately start charging you. But you could potentially do that. There's different levels of membership, so you can do the base membership of getting 1 credit per month, which is somewhere between $10 and $15 a month. I should know this since I pay it every month, but yeah. But then you get the 1 credit each month and you can use that towards any book. You can buy as many books as you want, but audiobooks can be kind of expensive. One example is the Song of Ice and Fire series by George R.R. Martin. If you weren't using a credit to buy them, those audiobooks on their own cost like $30, $40 each. So then you can buy this $30, $40 book by using the credit that you pay $10 or $15 for, and it's a pretty good deal. There are higher levels of membership which lets you get 2 or 3 credits per month, and then the credits themselves end up being cheaper by getting the bigger bundles. But yeah, all in all, I really like Audible. There are reviews and people will rate the book both for the story itself as well as the narrator. And every book has a 5-minute sample or so where you can listen to the narrator talk and just make sure that their voice and way of speaking isn't something that's going to be really irritating to you personally. There have been several times where I almost bought a book and then clicked to listen and realized I would just never be able to listen to this person talk for like 10 hours. But yeah, so whenever you buy the book, you can just apply your credits or pay the actual price. And then there's a desktop version of Audible. You can also get apps. I usually listen to it on my phone, which I'm using to record this video, so I can't show you. But you can go into the app, click to look at your library, which is all the books that you bought, and then download any that you don't have on your device yet and listen. There's also a badge system, which is really cool. So if you've listened to so many hours, you get a badge, and if you've gotten so many books, you get a badge. And I get really excited about digital badges for some reason. It was like my favorite part of any game is when I can get new titles or badges or achievements. So that is a feature that I really enjoy. And then there are a few ways that Amazon devices can interact with digital reading. So there is the Amazon Whispersync, which I've actually never used just because I have sort of a clear division in my brain with audiobooks and books that I'm reading, either physical copy or Kindle. But basically it allows you to pick up in your audio version where you were in your Kindle version. So you have to own both the audio version and the Kindle version to have this happen. But usually there will be a deal. So if you buy a Kindle book, you will be able to get the audio version then for like $4. But yeah, then in theory, you can jump between the two. Like I said, I've never done this just because that's not how my brain works, but that is a thing that could be potentially very convenient and useful for you. You can also listen to your books on an Amazon Echo. You can do this both if you have an audio version and if you don't. If you don't have the audio version, Alexa will read it to you in a kind of computery voice. Alexa, read my book, The Farseer Trilogy.
During the years of the Red Ship raids, the 6 duchies suffered significantly from their atrocities. The folk of the 6 duchies at that time learned a greater hatred of the Outlanders than ever they had felt before.
And then if you do have the audiobook, you can play that directly. Alexa, play The Curse of Chalian from Audible.
Starting your book.
This is Audible.
I just thought that was kind of cool. So yeah, those are my tools for digital reading. I'm curious to hear if you guys also tend to use Amazon products, or if you're more fond of Nooks or other e-readers, sorts of audiobooks. Do you just get the CDs or the cassettes? I've never done that. Hopefully this was interesting to you guys or helpful. I'll throw some links down below to the products I talked about in case anybody wants to look into them further. And yeah, definitely also let me know if there's anything else you guys would like me to talk about specifically, certain topics, tags. I don't know. Let me know. What do you guys like? Alright, please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it and subscribe if you'd like to see more. I hope everybody's week is getting off to a good start, and I will talk to you later. Bye!